In 2025, a wave of groundbreaking machines and technologies is quietly transforming how roads are built, repaired, and protected. And the best part? Most people have no idea they even exist. Let's count down the top 20 road inventions that will blow your mind in 2025. But before we continue, hit the subscribe button because this will change everything. At the zenith of pavement preservation technology sits the rumble hog. A singular machine that masterfully blends three essential roadway functions, grooving, milling, and line striping, into one seamless operation. Imagine replacing an entire fleet of machines with a single chassis that first mills a worn surface, then carves precision grooves to boost tire-to-road traction, and finally, applies flawless, high-visibility lane markings in one continuous pass. The Rumble Hog's reflective striping system uses advanced thermoplastic materials and laser-guided application arms to ensure every line meets strict reflectivity standards for night and wet weather visibility. Meanwhile, its milling drum is engineered to cut grooves at adjustable depths and spacings, enhancing water drainage and tire grip without compromising the pavement's structural integrity. Municipalities from Scandinavia to South America have reported up to a 40% reduction in lane closure time and a corresponding drop in carbon emissions, proof that true innovation isn't just about power, but about efficiency, safety, and sustainability rolled into one. When the job calls for laying dozens of meters of contiguous asphalt flawlessly, professionals turn to the Vogele Super 3000. This German-engineered giant can spread up to 18 meters of pavement in a single pass, making short work of multi-lane highways, airport runways, and expansive park strip promenades. At its heart lies an intelligent heating and leveling system. Thermal cameras embedded in the screed detect temperature variations across the mat and feed the data into an onboard computer, which adjusts heater zones and hydraulic screed pressures in real time. Coupled with automatic graded slope control, managed through a suite of GPS and laser sensors, the Super 3000 eliminates human error, delivering surfaces that stay true to design plans down to the millimeter. As a result, projects that once dragged on for weeks are now routinely wrapped up in days, slashing labor costs, reducing public disruption, and extending pavement lifespans for decades. More than just heavy machinery, the latest milling operations run on the cognitive power of MillAssist, a machine learning software platform that transforms raw cutting data into actionable real-time control. By continuously analyzing inputs from torque sensors, drum speed monitors, and laser profile scanners, MillAssist's algorithms predict soil compaction, asphalt hardness, and subgrade quality on the fly. It then fine-tunes the milling drum's rotational speed, downforce, and cutting depth to maintain optimal fuel efficiency and achieve a flatness index within fractions of a millimeter. Over time, this system learns from past projects, building a database of regional soil profiles and material responses that accelerate setup times on future jobs. The result isn't just a smarter machine, it's a continuously evolving digital partner that reshapes how we think about pavement rehabilitation as a data-driven science. When sheer power and endurance are paramount, the AP1055F rubber truck paver answers the call. Engineered for relentless deployment on critical infrastructure, think international airport runways, major interstate expansions, and high-capacity urban arterials, its wide rubber tracks distribute over 50 tons of weight without overstressing underlying layers. Dual heating screeds, each with independent electronic leveling controls, glide across the mat to eliminate cold joints and ensure uniform compaction. Operators in the dual cabs benefit from panoramic vision screens and intuitive touchscreen dashboards that fuse camera feeds, GPS overlays, and predictive maintenance alerts into a single interface. This kind of integration means fewer unscheduled stops for belt tensioning or screed calibration, keeping crews moving smoothly from sunrise to sunset and sometimes beyond under floodlights. Reinventing pothole repair, the Australian road patch system epitomizes the clean, seal, fill philosophy by delivering all three processes in one pass. First, high-pressure blast nozzles strip away debris and water from the pothole cavity. Then, a proprietary bitumen binder, heated on board to maintain optimal viscosity, is sprayed in precise quantities coating every exposed aggregate face. Finally, a calibrated mix of graded aggregates is metered into the cavity and compacted with integrated rammers or rollers. The entire cycle takes less than 20 minutes per repair, allowing arteries to reopen within hours rather than days. Agencies in Canada and Europe have piloted this system with remarkable success, reporting patch surfaces that resist freeze-thaw cycles and heavy truck traffic for years without deterioration. Specialized excavation reaches new heights with the TMEG road cut machine, a surgical instrument for pavement removal. Its diamond-tipped rotary blades slice through asphalt and concrete at adjustable depths up to 300 millimeters, while a dust extraction hood captures over 95% of particulate matter, keeping job sites and nearby communities healthier. Integrated inertial guidance systems compare real-time blade position to preloaded CAD models, each ensuring trench or repair area follows exact design parameters. This precision is critical when working around utility conduits, expansion joints on bridges, or intersection bores for signal loops. With the TMEG, crews can execute complex cut and fill operations with confidence that their work will align perfectly with subsequent overlay or utility installations, minimizing rework and accelerating overall project delivery. And once the road is cut and cleared, it's time to shape the edges. Imagine the city's arteries being rebuilt at first light without a single puff of diesel smoke. The CC1200E glides into position, its twin lithium-ion packs humming softly as they channel power to slip-form controls calibrated to within millimeters. Every curb segment is shaped, extruded, and vibrated into place by precision motors whose frequencies are tuned to eliminate excess tremor, protecting both the new edge and the historic facades nearby. Over a full workday, that silent efficiency translates into more linear meters of curb installed than 3 conventional machines could manage, all while eliminating refueling stops and cutting maintenance checks to a fraction of the usual intervals. In dense downtown cores or noise-sensitive neighborhoods, the CC1200E proves that sustainability and productivity can move forward in perfect harmony. As it advances across a freshly graded pad, the HAM H21 continuously reads the earth beneath its drum. Integrated soil moisture and density sensors feed live data into onboard processors, which then tweak vibration amplitude, frequency, and drum rotation speed on the fly. Where soil is looser, its pulse intensifies. Where the ground is firm, it eases back, ensuring each pass delivers uniform compaction with minimal passes. The operator's cockpit, complete with an ergonomic seat and a high-resolution touchscreen, displays heat maps of compaction quality over GPS-tagged sitemaps, reducing guesswork and rework. Automated stability controls mitigate rollovers on inclines, letting crews work longer, safer shifts. And because it optimizes every joule of energy, the H21 cuts fuel consumption by up to 20%, setting a new benchmark for intelligent earth moving. When sudden showers threaten to derail sealing, marking, or waterproofing, the Ziraco M100 presses forward with its turbine-driven drying jets. A bank of nozzles spans a full 1.2 meters, blasting heated, dehumidified air to drive moisture into an internal recovery system. In just minutes, a damp tarmac becomes prime for paint, sealant, or membrane application, saving hours of idle time. Acoustic insulation around the turbines keeps operating noise down, while a variable frequency drive modulates power draw to match real-time humidity readings. Future models promise IoT connectivity and predictive weather triggers, automatically dispatching the M100 to sites where dew points threaten to breach critical thresholds. For runway operators, track managers, and highway crews facing unpredictable weather, it's the ultimate insurance policy against nature's interruptions. Beyond the asphalt's edge lies a living landscape, and the Eco 1200 Plus treats it with the care of a robotic ecologist. Multispectral cameras distinguish native grasses from invasive weeds, while LiDAR sensors map terrain contours and plant heights in real time. It adjusts mulching heads, then protects saplings by raising sheer height, while shredding hardy brush into fine mulch that stays in place, enriching the soil and retaining moisture. Solar assist panels boost battery reserves for quiet, emission-free operation during dawn and dusk migratory hours. Every pass is logged via onboard GIS, creating a digital twin of roadside habitats to ensure compliance with evolving biodiversity regulations. By turning routine verge maintenance into habitat enhancement, The Eco 1200 Plus demonstrates how infrastructure work can actively support local ecosystems. On high-speed roadways, seconds equate to lives, and the mobile collision barrier system assembles in mere moments. Lightweight modules of reinforced polymer click together via quick connect latches, forming a continuous, energy-absorbing wall in under 5 minutes by a single technician. Upon impact, engineered deformation cores crumple in a controlled fashion, dissipating kinetic forces and guiding errant vehicles safely away from work crews. Spent cores are designed for rapid swap out and recycling, minimizing waste and debris. And looking ahead, autonomous support vehicles directed by drone-based traffic analytics will be able to deploy and retrieve barriers dynamically, erecting protection where sensors predict elevated risk. The result is an adaptive safety network that not only shields workers but evolves with every mile of roadway it secures. Imagine rolling up to a mall or airport knowing your spot is guaranteed. No more circling, no more frustration. ParkLeo makes that a reality. Each barrier unit is battery powered, solar assist optional, and connects via secure Bluetooth and LTE to a cloud management platform. Through the ParkLeo app, administrators can assign time-limited access codes, monitor battery health in real time, and even integrate with existing property management systems via API. On the user guide, guests receive a QR code invite or a one-tap push notification. Walk up, scan, and watch your barrier lift. Behind the scenes, predictive analytics flag unauthorized attempts, so you get alerts if someone tries to tailgate in and adjust patrol schedules accordingly. Pilots in Dubai International and Westfield London malls report a 40% drop in illegal parking incidents and a 25% uptick in reserve spot utilization. And because each unit is modular and wireless, scaling up for a seasonal demand, think holiday shoppers or sporting events, takes hours, not months. Looking ahead, ParkLeo's roadmap includes license plate recognition, dynamic pricing models for peak hours, and V2X communication so electric vehicles can pre-book charging-enabled bays on arrival. Road marking materials are easy to overlook until poor visibility turns a routine drive into a hazard. The 3M StayMark pavement marking system combines tiny retro-reflective glass beads with a resilient thermoplastic binder, creating lines that throw light straight back to drivers' eyes, even when headlights are at low angles. In lab tests, StayMark maintains 80% of its initial retro-reflectivity after 1 year of heavy traffic and wet conditions, outperforming paint by a factor of 6. In practice, that translates to earlier curve warnings on fog-prone highways, crisper crosswalk edges in torrential downpours, and a measurable reduction in nighttime runoff road crashes up to 30% in pilot zones. Next-gen versions will embed fiber optic strands for dynamic lane guidance. Think glowing emergency corridors or changeable bus-only lanes activated by central control. Combine that with self-healing polymers that flow into minor cracks under heat, and you get markings that last longer, cost less to maintain, and literally light the way forward. High-speed highways and steep mountain passes demand more than visibility. They need traction you can count on. SpotFlex introduces a polymer-enhanced anti-slip coating that bonds at a molecular level to asphalt and concrete, creating a grippy microtexture that rejects water and resists wear. Field deployments in Colorado's ski resort roads showed a 50% reduction in hydroplaning incidents during spring melt. In Switzerland Gotthard tunnel approach, skid-related slowdowns dropped by 35%. Crucially, SpotFlex's elasticity accommodates pavement expansion and contraction, eliminating the flaking common with epoxy or sand mix paints. R&D is already testing bio-based binders and color logic pigments that shift hue under extreme temperatures, giving maintenance crews a visual cue and reapplications needed. Imagine lines that fade from aqua to amber as grip deteriorates, prompting proactive resurfacing before potholes or cracks appear. Flexibility is the name of the game in modern urban planning, and wave delineators deliver. These lightweight modular posts click together like building blocks, creating temporary bike lanes, event-only turn pockets, or pop-up crosswalk buffers in minutes. Their base plates anchor to asphalt with adhesive pads that peel off cleanly. No drilling, no heavy machinery. Cities from Amsterdam to Bogota have used Wave to pilot slow streets programs, reroute traffic for festivals, and test permanent infrastructure changes without committing to curb cuts. Data analytics tied to embedded RFID chips allow planners to track usage duration, reposition patterns based on traffic flow, and even integrate solar-powered LED strips for night projects. Future versions promise pneumatic inflation for ultra-rapid deployment in emergency scenarios. Think flood detour corridors or wildfire evacuation routes that spring up on demand. With Wave, the city's skin becomes as malleable as digital maps, shifting shape to meet residents' needs. Spraying herbicides alongside roadways is increasingly controversial, both for environmental impact and long-term soil health. But with NCC Spuma, which pumps a biogenic sugar-based foam along pavement edges, this foam clings to plant surfaces, denatures cell structures, and collapses weeds from the roots up, all without residual toxins. European trials report weed suppression rates of 85% after a single application, comparable to glyphosate sprays with no detectable runoff in adjacent waterways. Wildlife corridors and pollinator populations thrive unbothered, and maintenance crews appreciate the reduced PPE requirements, no hazardous material suits needed. Looking forward, Spuma systems will integrate onboard solar thermal collectors to generate their own steam, plus AI-guided boom arms that target only identified invasive species via computer vision. The result? A precision agriculture approach to roadside maintenance that's kinder to nature and safer for workers. Imagine a single 10-wheeled powerhouse that, in one continuous pass, sprays a high-performance polymer binder, blankets it with precisely metered aggregates, then immediately fog seals the top layer, all without ever stopping. This machine's heart is a modular coating manifold capable of switching between emulsion, polymer-modified asphalt, or eco-friendly biobinders on the fly. Advanced sensors monitor pavement temperature, moisture, and texture in real time, automatically adjusting spray pressure and aggregate feed rates to ensure perfect adhesion and uniform texture. Underneath its compact chassis sits a high-torque hydraulic system, giving it military-grade reliability even in extreme climates. GPS-guided steering and laser profilers keep its path true to within millimeters, preventing overspray and material waste. Operators control the entire sequence via a touchscreen console or remotely via tablet, ideal for hazardous zones. In effect, this vehicle is a self-contained finishing line for roads. It primes, textures, and seals in a single elegant ballet of mechanics and chemistry. But when every euro counts, sometimes the beauty of simplicity still wins out. Think of chip seal as a reinterpretation of a time-tested art. The process starts with precise milling of the existing asphalt, creating a textured canvas that locks in new materials. A specifically formulated lower VOC binder, enriched with recycled polymers and warm mix additives, is then sprayed in an ultra-thin film. Immediately following comes the calibrated broadcast of crushed aggregate stones, each chip sized, washed, and coated to maximize interlock. A tandem steel rubber roller then presses the stones into the binder, ensuring a durable bond. What makes chip seal ERC stand out is its life cycle efficiency. By reducing binder temperature by 20 to 30 degrees Celsius, energy consumption drops by up to 40% while emissions plummet. The aggregate itself comes from crushed reclaimed asphalt pavement and local quarry stockpiles, slashing transport costs and carbon footprint. Maintenance crews love its rapid, traffic-ready turnaround, often less than 2 hours from start to finish, ideal for rural arteries and fast-growing regions where budgets are tight and uptime is critical. Yet, when nighttime lows dip below freezing and you need paving that holds up in frostbite conditions, no more waiting for the sun to warm the asphalt plant or for daytime temperatures to climb. Cold mix pavers harness the power of emulsified bitumen, microscopic droplets of binders suspended in water, allowing crews to lay a cohesive surface at ambient temperatures. The process begins with precise cold feed bins dispensing pre-screened aggregates and reclaimed asphalt shingle shreds into a continuous pug mill. There, sophisticated mixing blades and injected emulsifiers blend everything into a workable slurry. Immediately, the mix is extruded through a heated platen or optional infrared heating module where excess moisture flash evaporates, leaving a pliable mat. A precision screed then profiles the surface to road grade specifications, followed by dual pass pneumatic tire rolling to consolidate. Within 30 minutes, the surface can open to light traffic, and within 24 hours, it achieves structural integrity rivaling hot mix designs. Perfect for remote airstrips, emergency flood repairs, or playing offense on freeze-thaw cycles, the cold mix paver turns the tyranny of heat into yesterday's problem. But sometimes you just want the most elemental tool in the box. At first glance, it looks like a moving conveyor belt with a twist. Overhead frame supports for artisan screws who stand on its platform. As the machine inches forward, guided by a discrete laser-level tracking system, workers will meticulously place each brick into slots on a rotating feeder. Once loaded, gravity and a subtle tilting mechanism releases the bricks in perfect sequence, dropping them smoothly onto a bed of sand or fine mortar. A follow-up vibratory plate then locks each unit flush, ensuring uniform joints. With modular brick magazines, you can switch patterns from herringbone to basket weave on the fly. Integrated dust extraction captures particulate debris for reuse, while solar-powered auxiliary motors keep the hydraulics humming without idling the diesel engine. Maintenance is as straightforward as changing a bike tire. No complex hydraulics or electronics to overhaul. And for streetscapes that celebrate tradition without sacrificing productivity, the Tigerstone bricklayer proves that the greatest innovations can sometimes be the simplest. From steam-killing wheats to AI-driven millers, road technology has grown from bricks to bots, each machine telling a story of progress. Some solve ancient problems with new ideas. Others leap into the future with sensors and code. But all serve a single mission: to move humanity forward faster, smarter, safer. Which of these machines impressed you most? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching this video with us, and catch you in the next one.